The students want to know, what are your 3-year or 5-year goals, and what is the overall vision and mission of Department of Coffee?
The 3-year plan and the vision of Department of Coffee and the goal. All we can say is that we have 2 stores at the beginning, at the moment, and we're planning to expand, as I'm saying, and within talking about 3 years, like it may happen in 2 months' time, we could be in Bristol, in Cape Town. And then we also have a container that it's situated, it's built as a coffee shop, that we thinking that if we could actually get a space in one of the universities, maybe UCT, because it's one of our clients. And yes, we're looking to expand. We're looking to bring the coffee backpackers that will be actually outside in the streets, in the traffic lights, whereby we will be having 6 of them. So in the 3 years we have planned, we can say we're looking forward to have about 5 up to 10 coffee shops, maybe 6 in the township, 3 in the CBDs, like outside places in Cape Town, and 1 maybe overseas, internationally.
Yeah.
So that's a core plan that we're having. And then, we will build that with our academy, which is Department of Coffee Academy, it's whereby we train baristas. So we're looking forward in that 2 years, at last we can actually be able to train about 100 baristas, that even they could work into other coffee shops and then work with us into events, and then some of them may have open their own coffee shops, so it will depend actually into the ideas, because the whole thing is that the main goal is to actually into the township. The main goal for Department of Coffee in the township is to transform those young people unemployed, and then partner with school universities, and then we can actually try to build or to transform the entrepreneurship to everybody's mind, to everywhere, especially to the youth. That's how we can actually create jobs for many people, So, yeah.
Right. Are there any baristas that you've trained currently, or is that something that you'd like to do?
On 2015, when you ask about training, on 2015 we have already started the training as Department of Coffee. We already trained about 30 people, which is 8 of them are working with us, and then others actually went to universities, and then some of them are working into other coffee shops in the CBD, which is sometimes I go mad when I got served by one of my trainees, maybe in one of the other coffee shops. I was like, hey, you should be doing this in my coffee shop, because it's me who trained you, So into the vision as well is that our trainees, we want to keep them, we want to develop we want to actually we want to build the growth of Department of Coffee with them, So yeah, we have trained 30 people, and then we're looking forward to train more people.
Okay. What are the main barriers or obstacles, would you say, in this strategy or goals that you have? Sure. So what are the main barriers or obstacles or things that are stopping you from achieving these goals that you've mentioned now?
Those I would say the main thing is that from experience that we've been actually selling coffee in the township, or on the beginning, even for us when we started. The main challenge for us, or there was, I would call it like a red tape, those challenges whereby it was hard for us to find place on the beginning to set up our coffee shop, which is, it's still the same thing that now that we're facing. If we see a good spot, and then we approach people that who owns it, or who are the community for those spots, and then they will be like, no guys, you can't come here and set up a coffee shop, which is, it's quite a challenge. And secondly, when we get people that says, yes, we can come and open a coffee shop. Then the second challenge is now to get an equipment to go and set up that coffee shop, you know. So I would say it's a funding challenges, and then it's equipment challenges, and it's to find good people to work with, and yeah, so up to cash flow to get the business running, you know. And then the same challenges that we're facing as we had our coffee shop in actually the break-in, so which is we had to go back to square one and rebuild it, you know. So yeah, and then each and every day, to be honest, when you're being an entrepreneur, you face challenge after challenge, challenge after challenge, challenge after challenge. As I've mentioned that I just got this guy who said, guys, I can offer you a space at Bristol Street.
Yes.
And then I visited the space, and then he was like, the biggest challenge was how much the rent for this place is. So for the space is, which is, it was going to be a challenge. Now, that challenge was moved. You can put the coffee shop in the space without paying the rent. But now, here's the challenge. Where am I going to get the equipment to set up the coffee shop? In Cape Town. Yeah. So, which is, that challenge is going to blow away because it's going to be stressing me every night, and it's going to make me to be out there and looking for funds, looking into people that could actually assist us to set up the coffee shop in Cape Town. And then that's a challenge whereby some of the entrepreneurs, or even us, that when we receive challenges and then we end up losing them because we get caught by the noise of not being able to deliver what you've been actually asked to do. Yeah.
All right, thank you for that. So we're going to move on now to partnerships. So a lot of the questions were coming around. Have you explored the option of, you know, partnering with other cafes or office blocks, partnering up with tour guides, basically, you know, looking for partnerships in order to help the brand Department of Coffee grow?
According to that, we have partnerships, you know. We have a partnership with the Stellenbosch, which is UCT, USB, and we've got the partnership with the UCT for the summer school, which is we provide coffee, you know, for the summer school for about 15 days, you know, on January. So that's a platform to put our brand out there. We've got few partnerships, you know. We've got partnerships with the tourist companies from the township or the Cape Town CBD as well. That brings people into our coffee shop, you know, that talks about our brand. So that is why our brand is been known internationally, you know. So, but we're still looking for more partnerships, which is to build the brands, which is we're looking for partnership with maybe bank companies or car companies, which is we can do a co-branding into our cups, you know. It could help us to get our branding out there. We're looking for partnerships into schools, universities when they do their fundraising, you know. So, but it's always a challenge, you know, because you don't know who to talk to, you know. So sometimes it's quite an opportunity when you get students, when they do their case studies or they want to do a project, and then you give them the project and you tell them that this is what I want to achieve, and then they can go and do it for you, you know. So it doesn't just end then there, that's okay, they had what you actually want. And because it's very difficult to go into people and then say, okay, fine, I'm knocking into this door, because sometimes it's quite a challenge to knock into 20 doors and then you get no.
Yeah.
Although we understand as entrepreneurs that you could knock into 99 doors, but you'll find it on the last door that there's yes, you know.
Great. Can we pause?